Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning. Welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right. I am John Palacio.
And I'm Marlene Cuellar. And thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so very much for joining us this morning. I'll tell you what, it's a beautiful Friday morning out. That much we could tell you. A little later on, we'll be taking a look at the weather, so you know exactly what to expect for the weekend.
That's right.
That's right. And first order of duty, I must say it's always nice to be back.
Yes.
I missed out on Wednesday, and it's so heartening when I'm not here. This is life.
Well,
nonetheless, sure.
I was going to say, as you talk about the weekend, I do hope that people are going back to their at-home plans.
Yes.
And ensuring that they're doing all they can to be able to keep themselves safe and their loved ones.
Primarily, I think that is, as much as there are a lot of things that's occurring in our country, I think primarily that's the first, because it actually affects everyone firsthand. You know somebody who probably caught the coronavirus. You know, so it's basically, it passes by you, but probably you are acting in the right way, meaning that you are actually at a distance or wearing a mask. That's the news that I think that needs to be focused on. There are a lot of people right now who are not adhering to the social distance, the protocols set in by the Ministry of Health. Now, this is what we need to focus on. This is definitely the big news. The numbers are starting to rack up. We're at about 164 active cases. I think at the start of the weekend, at the start of the week, it wasn't that much, Marlene. And so now where we are, wow. And there are so many more active cases that we're finding every day than those that are recovered.
Yeah, no, we're at 164 active cases. At one point, we were below 100. We definitely see where, as the minister had told us a few weeks ago, that Orange Walk was starting to emerge with more cases. There are concerns of people who are going over the border as well. But even more so, I think that you're right. I think a lot of us have just taken on this very relaxed attitude about how we move around, you know, using our masks or whatnot. And but also that not enough people are getting vaccinated.
Yeah, there are not a lot of people getting vaccinated, or there are people who probably got one jab and said, you know what, I got sick, so I don't want to get the other one. Or they're saying that I'll just wait for my other time. I don't have to wear my mask. Look, you still have to wear your mask. You still have to practice social distancing. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get it. It simply means that as long as you get your jab, you know, the effects of it, you know, could be very less. And that's the reason why I'd like for you to go on out and get your vaccine. And Marlene, every health care facility in this country, they've got the coronavirus vaccine. So and of course, they're mobile out there, going into the rural villages or rural areas of the country. And so this is definitely one of those times you want to take advantage, because it's very important that you continue to take care of yourselves and your loved ones. And the best thing to do is to go on out and get the vaccine, Marlene.
At this point in time, we have about 26,000 people who are fully vaccinated. It is also really important that people understand that if you get your first dose, you must follow up with your second dose. You can get it after 8 weeks to 12 weeks. And you just have to go in and get the vaccine, and you're able to be fully protected against, well, less likely to catch the COVID-19 and protected against developing the severe form of COVID-19. We have people hospitalized. We've lost a number of Belizeans already, and we're starting to see, thankfully, not a mass number of deaths, but one here, one there. But that's still, that one member is a crucial part of a family.
Yeah.
And that's a family that's devastated and coping with that loss. So it is, you know, we're hearing the message. We know that they are going to roll out a new vaccination campaign as well. I hope that we get the opportunity to get, there are people who are hesitant to get the vaccine because, as you know, there's a lot of information all over the place. And some people are tuning into shows like this. Some people are getting it on the internet, and especially if they're getting it online, you have to ensure that you're getting it from an accurate source.
Definitely.
And so, you know, I hope that they put in some work in being able to get all the information out to people so they can feel more confident in getting the vaccination.
Yeah, there's so many negative information that's flying around about it.
Yeah.
But people need to understand that even though you're trying to soak up that information, is it really working for you? There are a lot of people who are actually getting the vaccine and feeling better about themselves. You know, if you've gotten your first one already, when it's your turn to get the second one, then go on out there and you do what you've got to do. The amount that we need is definitely within country, and we want for folks to take advantage. This is a great opportunity for us to actually get back to what we would deem as normal. And the only way we could go back to that, the only way we could don't have to probably go inside at midnight, is by us going out there to get the vaccine. It's very important that you do.
Yeah. And looking forward, you know, the Prime Minister had said that they are hoping to get the Johnson & Johnson vaccines. We saw the donation of the ultra-cold storage, which will assist us if we do get access to the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines. The Johnson & Johnson would be good because that's a one-shot vaccination. And, you know, so it's not that we don't have access. It's about getting people to get out and get vaccinated. But in that meantime, we still have to continue to be careful. And in fact, the police department has been very clear to say that they are going to be far more stringent with enforcing the regulations.
Definitely, and one of the things also coming out from that ministry, is that they are about to, or they're looking into getting JPs in these places, so you could actually pinpoint what's going on, how it's going on, and levy a fine, and you get a max, especially if you're an establishment and you're promoting such thing, you could get a fine of up to $5,000. So there's so many things that we need to continue to take care of with respect to within our country, and of course, you know, continue to protect each other. That's the major point. And we've got they're monitoring clusters in the Orange Walk district, and you beg to ask the question, what's going on there again?
Well, you know, and I want to be careful with that because I don't want people to think, okay, well, I'm safe because I'm not in Orange Walk.
Totally.
There are cases identified in Belize district, in other districts, so every day. And what is detected through testing is only one part of the positive cases that are in the country. Because there may be asymptomatic people who have not come in contact with the system to get tested. They perhaps have not been included in a contact tracing exercise, which is what underscores the fact that you just have to keep on being cautious, especially if you're not vaccinated, being cautious when you interact. Yeah,
definitely. And again, if you're feeling, you know, flu-like, if you're actually feeling ill, you're feeling flu-like symptoms, runny nose, you lose your sense of taste and smell, then this is the opportunity. This is when you want to call the Ministry of Health and explain to them what's going on. They'll ask you to come on in to get tested, or they might come to you to get tested, and then we move on. But if you know of any clusters, if you're feeling any kind of way, any sort of way, we want for you to report that in, so we could so they could actually do some testing and contact tracing as well. Very important that we do.
And of course, today is a big day as well. Yesterday was. We saw the swearing in of a new leader of the opposition. Shine Barrow will now be the leader of the opposition in the House, and that's after the letter was submitted regarding the vote of no confidence from the majority of elected representatives, which in this case, because they're 5, it was 3, so that's the majority. And just so much, you know, speculation. But the big story for today is that Honorable Patrick Faber has called a press conference, which will be taking place this morning at 10:30. So we will be able to hear directly from him as to, you know, what he has to say about everything that has unfolded and unfolded so quickly.
Very quickly. You know, it's a situation that's going on within the party that has a lot of people talking. There are a lot of murmuring going on there, But is it healthy for them? They would tell you that, you know what, it is a democratic process, and they're just speaking to how they feel. But we're looking forward to that press conference this morning at 10:30. Of course, we'll have that here we'll have that on our social media page to let you know exactly what's going on. You hear it here first. Of course, you know, we try our best to go on out and cover as much as possible.
That's right. And, you know, he's been quiet. He's been quiet. There's one Facebook post saying amazing, and that was at the time when the letter was submitted to the Governor General. And so yesterday we saw the swearing in. So everybody wants to hear what he has to say and what's going to be the move going forward. Let's not forget that there's also the issue of being the party leader. The petition that was submitted last week, that is not sufficient for him to be removed as the party leader. It has to go to a convention and vote for a selection of a party leader if he resigns, if he's removed. So there are a lot more questions when it comes to the state of the United Democratic Party. And one of the things I keep on saying as people kind of muse about what's unfolding is, let's not forget political parties, that we do need a strong opposition.
We do need a strong, indeed. And these come, this of course, for checks and balances, it is important. So much so though, Marlene, that accordingly there was a meeting of their executive yesterday that Mr. Barrow, Shine Barrow, wasn't privy to. Well, accordingly, they were not going to invite him to that meeting. He actually spoke a little about it, and he did say, that's the situation. But they'll tell you it's the democratic process. But you're right, Marlene, we do need a strong opposition in the House.
All right. So with that, though, we'll have all those updates in our newscast tonight at 6 p.m. And, of course, we'll have the updates on Facebook for you throughout the course of the day. But we got to get moving into our show for today. We're starting off with some motivation, and that means it's time for our Eye Opener. And our Eye Opener, taken from dailyom.com, goes like this. Once you've taken the time to inquire within, you can begin to make changes that address the deeper issue. Often, when we're unhappy, we fall into the habit of thinking that if only one or two particular things in our life would change, everything would be fine. We might focus on the fact that we need a new car, or a raise, or a change in our living situation. We dwell on this one thing and strategize or complain or daydream about what it would be like to have it. Meanwhile, underneath the surface, the real reason for or unhappiness sits unrecognized and unaddressed. And yet, if we're able to locate and explore the underlying cause of our discontent, all the surface concerns have a way of working themselves out in the light of our realization. The point is, slowing down and turning our attention within can save us a lot of energy in the long run, because it is very often the case that there is no external change that will make us happy. This can be hard at first, especially if you've grown used to grasping for outside sources in order to quell your discontent. But in the end, you will be solving the problem at a deeper level, and it will be much less likely to occur.
It reminds me of a project I was working on that's called Total Productive Maintenance. What we do is that we tend to band-aid the situation. We tend to do that. I'll give you an analogy. This reminds me of people getting sick. And you go to the doctor, or you don't go to the doctor, you actually self-diagnose and you take medication, and that's it. Then you feel a little better, and then it reoccurs. And then you do the same thing and it reoccurs. The analogy simply would tell you that what you need to do is to go to the doctor. The doctor is the health professional. The doctor would tell you, you know what, Dreams? This is the root cause of the situation. That's looking within to find the root cause of the problem. He'll diagnose you, and then while he's found the root cause of the situation, you'll get the proper medication to get it dealt with so it can truly go away. Something is happening within your life. Look within, Find out exactly what's going on rather than to band-aid and then have it come back again. Sometimes we need to learn how to do it. But this is a start for you, right here with the eye-opener. I reckon it, and Marlene, this is definitely the truth.
Yeah. No, I definitely, and you have to take the time to do it. We don't like doing that deep dive into ourselves to figure out why we are as unhappy as we are. And it's so easy to project it. You know, it's John, it's this one, it's that one, it's my wife, it's the kids, it's my job, it's that. It's everything else other than, and you know, you'll never have the perfect environment, so there'll always be someone or something that you can blame. But I guarantee you, if you would be able to fix all the other issues, you'd still end up in the same situation because the problem lies deeper within.
It lies deeper within.
But beyond that, though, I think for me, the bigger issue is because nobody really sorts out everything in their life. You know, we have all the different aspects of ourselves. Some days are good, sometimes are bad, and we get through it. But for me, I think it's the issue of making things you know, reliant on others. When you say that I have to have the car to be able to be happy, I have to have the house or the wife or the money or the job or, you know, so many different things that you are waiting on to say that's going to get me happy.
Yeah.
And it, you know, there are things to be content about every single day.
Yep. I'll sum it up. This can be hard at first, especially if you've grown used to grasping for outside sources in order to quell your discontent. But in the end, you will be solving the problem at a deeper level, and it will be much less likely to reoccur. Now that's an eye-opener for you.
All right. And what we want to find out about is what the weather is going to be like. Are we going to have a reoccurrence of rain?
Let's hope not.
Let's see. Francisca is going to tell us. Good morning.
Good morning, Francisca.
Good morning, happy people.
Oh, you know how it is. It's Friday. It's time to be happy. And how are you?
Friday.
Oh, I love that.
So, Francisca, what should we expect for the weekend? Primarily, let's start with the general situation. What's the weather going to be like for today?
Okay, we'll see general fair conditions, meaning we'll see sunny skies, a few cloudy spells, and we'll see isolated showers or isolated thunderstorms. And I'm seeing this affecting most of the southern parts of the country for today and tonight.
Meaning rain?
Say again?
Meaning rain?
A little bit, isolated.
Okay. All right, so what should we expect with the winds?
All right, winds be out of the east, 5 to 10 knots, and we should see slight seas, producing only 1 to 3 feet waves.
Oh, wow. All right. And the temperatures for today and tonight?
Okay, peaking at 88 Fahrenheit along the coast, 94 inland, and 82 in the Maya Mountains.
Okay.
Overnight, 81 along the coast, 73 inland, and 68 up in the Maya Mountains.
All right. Francisca, tell us, what should we expect throughout the weekend, the extended forecast?
Okay. On Saturday, I'm seeing a similar trend with only isolated showers or isolated thunderstorms. But come Sunday, I'm seeing an increase in moisture over the area, so that will support a slight increase in shower activity around the country. So I'm going for a few showers on Sunday and isolated thunderstorms.
All right. Do we have any tropical weather update?
Not at this time. Quiet.
All right. Francisca, we want to thank you so very much for the weather update. And thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, thank you. Enjoy your weekend.
All right.
Thanks, and same to you guys.
All right, it's always a nice time chit-chatting with the forecasters there at the National Met Service, but we move on for today. We've got three
Rain
segments.
on Sunday. Yeah, keep
You know
that,
what? Looking forward to it. Sunday is one of those days you just want to sit back, relax on Netflix. We've got three segments lined up for you this morning. As a matter of fact, we'll be getting things started with, of course, some motivation. What we'll be doing is that we'll be chit-chatting with some 2021 high school valedictorians. They'll be sharing some words of motivation for us. And I think that's a very great way, a very good way to start the weekend.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. You know, you're talking about the students who have topped the graduating class from a number of schools, and they're going to share just what this experience means for them and what are the words that they're leaving their fellow graduates with when they present that big speech, you know. All right, so the second part of the show, We are going to be talking to a stylist from Belize. She's from Belize Braids Doc. And this is definitely something that's buzzing. Don't know if we'll be able to do it on you, but women know edges are really important these days. And she is going to give some tips on how to properly lay those edges.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to that segment, huh?
But it means you can help with combing your children's hair.
Of course, and you know what?
Be able to do it
and
even better than mom.
Even better.
There you
because,
go.
Well, I don't know if I could beat her.
Yeah,
She's
sorry,
very
Matt.
good at it.
He probably won't.
But I'll tell you what, I actually do it as well because I believe that you could be one hands-on with your children. So I do their hair.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes,
and
I do.
Then we're going to move into a final segment for today. Summer is coming up. A lot of people want to work on getting that summer body ready. And I know, we don't feel safe going to gyms. It's not a great time for investment in equipment. So we're going to have Crisel Castillo coming in to show us how to do workout routines at work with no equipment. They're not going to ask you, to go find weights, anything, no equipment. And we'll get that workout in the final part of the show.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that as well. Have you seen Crisel lately? Wow, she is buff. She's a buff lady. But nonetheless, we've got to take that break. Just before we do, though, we have our birthday shout-out. And we would like to say a big, big happy birthday to Diana Cutkelvin. Happy birthday to you, Diana. Wishing you all the very best from the entire family with lots of love. And also, birthday greeting to Amber Pitts. Happy birthday to you. Wishing you all the very best from the family, from all of us right here at Channel 5, and all of us right here on Open Your Eyes. Happy birthday to both
and
of
we
you.
have one final birthday there. Brian Dina, of course. You had him on the show quite a few times.
Yes.
His haircut drive where they cut hair for the kids in the community. Happy birthday to you, Brian. He used to be part of the Channel 5 family, so we'll hold him there.
He was. So happy birthday to all of you. Do enjoy your weekend. But we've got to take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by these valedictorians, and they'll be giving us, and you, some motivation. Stay with us. We'll be back.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
Es un hecho. Únicamente con Smart obtienes todo realmente ilimitado. Solo con Smart obtienes datos ilimitados en cualquier momento. Mientras que con el otro proveedor solo son datos dobles los fines de semana. Con datos ilimitados todos los días no hay necesidad de esperar, así que es un hecho que nuestros planes ilimitados superan a la competencia. Por lo tanto, no permita que le digan cómo y cuándo usar sus datos. Y obtenga llamadas, mensajes de texto y datos ilimitados. Vive la verdadera experiencia de planes ilimitados con Smart. Es un hecho. Haga el cambio y viva Smart.
Working off-site doesn't mean you have to be off your game. Studies have shown that simply adding a keyboard and mouse to your laptop increases productivity by 26%. Add a monitor, and you'll be 35% more productive. At Fulltech Systems, we have what you need to enhance your remote work or e-learning experience. With devices such as headsets, video conferencing monitors, webcams, keyboards, mice, docking stations, all with the brands you trust. Keep connected with collaboration tools like Microsoft 365 Suite and Kaspersky and perform efficiently no matter where you are. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Introducing Edam A cheese, the A+ Dutch cheese to hit the Belizean market. As the name says, it is of A-class quality, the best Dutch cheese in Belize. Edam A cheese is creamier, less salty, and simply more delicious. Don't be left out. Get your A cheese at a supermarket near you. A cheese exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited. Call us at 610-3626 or 610-8910. Follow us on Facebook at Unitex Belize.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize, CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives, delivering less than the very best is never an option.
Welcome back to Open Your Eyes. We're moving now into our first segment for the morning. It is a Friday, and what better way to start than with some motivation. Motivation from recent graduates, and they're all valedictorians. Now, in with us, we've got Rashan Miranda. He is the 2021 valedictorian for Wesley High School. We have Travis Alegria, the 2021 valedictorian for St. John's High School. Naja Perez, she is a valedictorian for St. Catherine Academy. And also Lourdes Escobar, she is a 2021 valedictorian for Adult Continuing Education at Gwendis. Guys, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Yeah, I tell you what, it's so nice to see all of you. And one of the things that I reckon from you guys primarily is the fact that you're happy and that you're confident. Let's start with Rashan Miranda. Rashan, it is today's a brand new day, and you've actually done it through your years of high school. What do you feel like today's date that you've graduated and you've graduated at the top of your graduating class?
Well, I'm definitely proud of myself, and I'm happy, content. I feel a lot of amount of joy, you know. I'm just so proud of myself that I did it and I made it to the top. Yeah. I'm first, and I made everyone proud.
I definitely would like to know, or like for us to talk about the pressures of having to be or being at the top. But I also want to get to everybody with respect to how they're feeling. So, Travis, how are you feeling?
I'm also very happy and content right now with myself. Because I know it was a very hard and treacherous road. It was very long, definitely. The 4 years were very long, but I did my best and it paid off.
Wow. Naja?
I'm also very happy too, because I know I've had to make a lot of sacrifices, and I know that they weren't in vain. So I'm glad that I did turn out to be on top.
Lourdes, tell us about your story.
Hi, good morning. Well, I'm more than happy because I met my goal, which was to be a role model for my kids because at the same time that I was going to high school, both of my kids at one point were also going to high school.
Wow.
So it was challenging. I knew what they were learning, so I could push them a little bit better. And reaching on top was kind of something I challenged them with. So,
yeah. So you had an in-house competition.
Right.
but that's part of the thing, and I want you all to chime in and tell me about it. A lot of times, being able to earn that valedictorian spot is extremely competitive. Yeah. You know, you have somebody who is probably right in your class. You know that it's possible for them to get an edge on you. Talk to me about how you were able to push through and earn that top spot. What are some of the lessons you learned in competing for it? Let's start with you, Travis.
Well, I definitely learned that you always need to stay focused because during this time, you know, it was very easy to lose focus, lose sight on the goal. And I was able to stay focused, stay dedicated, and make sure that all my studies didn't go to waste, and all of that. Worked very hard for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Naja?
Well, there definitely was some competition, and I knew that I was working hard and that I had a slight possibility of getting this title, I would say. But yes, it was definitely hard because many times I just wanted to give up because like I didn't really have a lot of free time to do as much as I wanted, which is also one of my biggest regrets. But I definitely just worked hard and pushed through.
Yeah. Were there ever times where you fell behind a bit and maybe got demotivated?
Yeah, there were definitely times, but like I said, I just realized that yes, I wanted to be the valedictorian, but it's not all that matters.
Okay. What about you, Roshan?
Well, Miss, from first I've been working hard, countlessly, but I did never try to put too much pressure on myself because I knew that I don't want to overwork myself, and I did put in a little fun and enjoyment in those times with friends too.
Yeah. Lourdes, were you ever aware that you would be the valedictorian? At what point did you find that out?
I wasn't sure because for me it was a little bit more challenging. I never had the opportunity to complete my primary school education. So when I went to Gwenley's, it was a little bit different to know what they started. But the good thing is that they started me from where I had left, way back.
Yeah.
I actually had left very early in standard 4, many years back. But so when I started the first year, I got the first promising first year student award. And then that is what made me realize, okay, I'm in for this. So that's when I started to work a little bit harder towards getting it, because I had already told my daughters I would, but I think it was more of a just filling my mouth with it.
Yeah.
Travis, at what point did you find out you would be the valedictorian? And how did you feel, actually?
Actually, I found out I would be valedictorian close to valedictorian very late. It was about like the last semester of fourth form, because of how close the race was, that I was like, oh, I could actually be valedictorian. Because for the most time, I would say I was in second, valedictorian. But I was able to push through and get to valedictorian, and it was I was very happy with myself.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it for a second, definitely. So I didn't have much emotion at this when I first heard I was valedictorian, but after that, I was very, very happy.
Wow.
Naja, you mentioned something important, and that's the amount of work that goes into topping the class. And I think the assumption a lot of times that people make is that you all must be all books and no fun. How much of that is true?
Well, some of it definitely is true, but it's not all true, because if all you do is stick to the books, you'll want to stop because it'll become overbearing.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
All right.
You said that there were times you had regrets that you had to choose schoolwork over other things.
What are those?
Tell us about that.
That's definitely when online school started, because it was hard for me to adjust at first. So I would always put off everything and I would just stick to school because I was trying to adjust. But eventually I got the hang of it and I was able to have more free time.
Yeah. You know, very important. You mentioned online classes, and I'd like to get Travis. Travis, yeah, let's get Rashan in. Rashan, I mean, you know, from going to school, meeting your friends, meeting your peers, having fun, and continuing on your social skills, to actually just, bam, one day cut. You're not able to go to school now. You have to do it online. What was that transition like for you? Was it hard? Was it easy? Did you like it?
It was definitely hard, and throughout the way, I definitely felt less motivated and wasn't inspired as much. I felt that like I am being with friends and being face to face is more, will make you push more and make you do the work more. I felt I saw myself procrastinating a lot of more times.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about putting together your speech, and I want to just say a huge congratulations to you.
All of you. Yeah.
If we've not said it enough, because being able to top your class at high school, it doesn't come easy. You have to, it's a cumulative grade, first of all. So maybe you did great for 3 years. I think Travis, you mentioned it, and then you have to ensure you can do it all the way to the end, and it's a huge accomplishment. Every graduation class, there's only one. But you also get the honor of being able to offer words of wisdom to your fellow graduates and in front of all the parents and teachers. What's that like, preparing for that speech? Naja, I know, let's start with you.
Well, it was definitely nerve-wracking because, especially since we were going to have an in-person graduation and it was going to be online, I knew that more people would have heard it, and that it just, I didn't know how to feel at first, but I definitely had help with it, and that made it easier to write.
Naja, what inspired the speech? Because you must start somewhere.
Yeah, what's your message?
So what was your message about, and what inspired that message?
Well, my main message was that your mistakes don't define you, because when I was in second form, I took my phone to school and I wasn't supposed to take it, and I got caught with it and I got 10 demerits.
Whoa.
And at that time, I was just like, I wanted to give up at that time, because I always aimed to get the Little Angel Award. That was one of my biggest wishes, to get the Little Angel Award. And then when I got all those demerits, I was like, okay, well, and I have nothing to work at anymore. And so it definitely was like a big rock thrown in my path. But in the end, I didn't stop working hard, and I was able to push through. So that was one of my biggest messages. Just because you make mistakes, don't let it define you. You're still able to overcome them and push through in the end.
Oh, that's so cool. And Lourdes, what inspired your speech?
The main inspiration behind my speech was challenges.
Yeah.
Because in my case, I had challenges being for a little time after or when COVID started, I didn't work, but at that time I didn't have any classes, so it was good. Now, when classes started, I started working a little bit, and then when it started more, I had more work because at the beginning it started on and off, and then I started having more work. My time, that was the most challenging part for me, dividing myself as a mother, as a student, as an employee, all that piled up in one, and then being home, being with just having to discipline yourself. I am tired, but I need to make it to my classes. I need to complete my assignments. That was one of the hardest part. So my speech was all about overcoming the challenges and, choosing to overcome it.
Cool.
Yeah. I can't imagine. What was your graduation like? I see you guys had in person. Must have been a really emotional moment.
It was. I know of several people that pretty much dropped some tears because for some of us, like I said, we were there 3 years and we saw people coming together with us, and many dropped off the train. Like I like to say, you get off the train. Some of us were just holding on and dragging ourselves, but we were still on the train.
Yeah.
And then to make it there, to finally just make it, was a big accomplishment for us.
Adult continuing education is such an opportunity for people who, for whatever reason, have not been able to complete their school, their high school degree. And when you talk about going back to school when you left at standard 4, that was a lot of catching up. Was there ever a time in this process where you said to yourself, what am I doing? Why don't I just stop?
Right. There was several because at the beginning I was working as a tour guide, and that in itself took a lot of my time, of my mental work. So by the time I get to school, I was drained sometimes mentally. You had to keep pushing, and so there were many times that I said, I already have a job. I don't really need this. But it's a goal I wanted because I want to change career. I want to become a nurse. So that's why I knew I had to continue pushing.
Yeah. How far do you think you are to actually becoming a nurse or realizing that reality? How far are you?
Well, I met more stones in my way, big rocks, because due to it's a ACE program, I don't meet the requirements to actually go right into the nursing program. And the bachelor's was a little bit far-fetched, so I'm trying to go for the practical nurse at this moment, but because it's a little bit more attainable, and so I am doing this present year a requirement course, and then hopefully by next year, August, I am able to enter for the practical nurse program. So I am maybe 3 years away.
All right, so
but you're on your way.
Yeah, she's on her way. So Travis, tell us, buddy, where do you see yourself, in the next couple of years? What do you want to do, and what's going to be your major?
Wait, but he hasn't told us his message for his speech yet.
Let's talk about your message, Trav. What inspired your message to as a valedictorian, knowing that you need to give this speech to your peers?
Well, my main message in my speech was definitely to find ways to always stay motivated.
Yeah.
Because it was, as I said, during COVID, very hard to stay motivated. So I found that videos on YouTube about motivation, things like that, are very helpful. So my speech was about finding that thing, that video that makes you motivated every time, and playing that in your head, repeating it, and just saying that you're the best, you could do it. And that's definitely what helped me throughout this entire time. And so that's what I cared about the most when I was writing this speech.
Who do you think you write the speech for more? Do you write it for the graduates, for the parents, for the administration? I mean, every year for graduation season, internationally at least, there are valedictory speeches that really are buzzy because people use it as a platform to send a message.
Yeah.
I would say that I wrote the speech mainly for myself and the graduates.
Yeah.
Because those are the people I'm really trying to motivate.
Yeah.
They were with me throughout the ride. They're my best friends, all of them. So they're like my brothers, you know. So I definitely wrote it mainly for them to give them the extra motivation too.
Nice, nice. And Rashan?
Well, my message was about life goes on and that it's too short for certain things like social media or video games, and that we shouldn't let our fear of failures or being judged stop us from amazing opportunities. My speech was written for mainly the graduates. I felt like my speech was written for them. I'm connected to them by using social media. I talked about social media, made jokes. So yeah, definitely was for them.
Cool. All right. So Rashan, but I want to know, while you guys are saying that, you know what, these are the things that motivated me, or actually I tried to motivate my peers via my message. What motivates you? And I'll start with you, Rashan. What motivates you the most?
Well, seeing my friends pass, and definitely if someone beats me, I would want to get. I'm a very competitive person, so I would really want to pass that person. And people have told me that I inspired them because they want to try beat me, and you know it's a competition.
Wow. Travis, what motivates you, bro?
I would say what motivates me the most is not necessarily failing at something, but not doing as good as I expected to do in a test or a quiz. And usually when that happens, you know, I notice, okay, let me just rework what I did, know what I got wrong, and fix it, you know? So that definitely motivates me the most.
Nice. Naja?
Well, for me, there was a lot of competition, so I definitely was motivated by all that competition. And also, I knew that there were a lot of people looking up to me because, like, when I would be at school, everyone would say that, like, from first, second form, everyone would always call me valedictorian. And we didn't even know that yet. So there was, like, people telling me that. I was like, okay, well, I can't let these people down. So that definitely motivated me to push hard.
Cool. And Lourdes?
What motivated me was mainly my grades. You know, getting back my studying for a test or an assignment or doing a project or a presentation, and then the grades were an A plus. That is something that motivated me because I'm like, okay, one more. Like I look at it as a little basket I was filling with just A plus, A plus, A plus, and so when I would go maybe on the A or on the B plus, and so it was yeah, it's good, but I want that, you know, that was my just a little goal, a little challenge for myself. That's what I was doing. So when I saw that, it was good.
Yeah. It's such a huge accomplishment. Let me ask you all something else. One of the things that has been kind of just a recognized issue that's come along with COVID-19 is the mental health effects, and especially on young people. And we don't know how severe it's going to be. We know there are more instances of anxiety and depression being reported. Just how traumatic was it for you and your friends getting through the last year and a half not being in touch and not being in school? Rashad, why don't you tell us?
It was definitely difficult because we usually help each other, bring up each other, and during COVID we weren't all that connected and we didn't have like support from each other, and it was definitely tough to try if you're depressed, bring up yourself if you're alone, especially since you can't go to someone for help. You just always be connected, which when you're trying to like want to meet someone face to face to feel that, get a hug, getting all that.
Yeah. Did you ever get sad, Naja, that you didn't get the regular senior year experience?
Oh, that's true.
Yes, I definitely was sad because I was looking forward to prom, and at graduation and everything. So it was, and all the memories that you would have made as a senior, because I remember even before I went to SCA, I would always look at like my older cousins and everything and all the fun that they would have had in their senior year, and I was looking forward to it. And then COVID came and that wasn't possible.
Cool.
And what about you, Travis?
Yeah, there was definitely some things I wish I could have done if there wasn't COVID and if I had a regular senior year.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it wasn't as bad as I think it could have been. I still had my fun. I still had the ability to contact my friends, you know, and I still saw them over the meetings that we had in school and online. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the opportunity you think that COVID presented you guys? So as much as it was a challenge, oftentimes there's a silver lining that comes with it. Anybody identified one?
Well, I would say it kind of took away some distractions, at least for me. Because when you're at school, you always want to talk to your friends during classes, you always want to do so that, and you couldn't really do that anymore. So it took away quite a bit of distractions. And for me also, it very much helped with my sleep schedule, because I was able to wake up much later on school days rather than having to get dressed, get ready, and go down for school.
I feel you, buddy. And Rashan, what about you? What are the opportunities you think COVID presented to you while we look? Go ahead.
It definitely made us adapt and be more resourceful for what we have and what we use, like Zoom or Google Meet, you know, and being online, being more technological.
And Naja?
I would definitely say that it made me more technological, because at first I didn't really mess around with like Microsoft Word and things like that. Like if I had to write an essay, then yes, I would do it.
Yeah.
But like I got to know how to work Teams, and I discovered a lot of new features in Microsoft Word, and when I was making different PowerPoints and things on Canva. So it definitely made me more tech savvy. And also it made me realize that we really aren't in this by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because when we were at school, we had all of the support from our classmates and our friends, and then now we're at home all by ourselves in front of this laptop.
Yeah.
So it made me appreciate my classmates and my friends even more.
And Lourdes?
Yes, it definitely helped with the technology. We all had to learn quickly how to use that platform, how to use everything at our fingertips. And the main thing it made for me was realizing how important it is to pick up the phone and just write a message to someone asking if they needed help, if they're okay. Because we were so far apart, at least when we were in class, we knew everyone, and who had challenges in a certain subject, we would be able to help, but being away, we didn't know, so we just had to, anyone, give yourself out there. If anyone needed help, just reach out, or you just kind of reach out to them and see if they were okay.
Notice you said help, and I want to go directly to this question. Your biggest support during your tenure in school, what was yours?
My biggest support was a bunch actually. My family, because like I said, transitioning from work to school wasn't always that easy. So at home, my family would help me with the chores, with getting the meal done and all that. And at work, my employer gave me the time, because there were many times that I had to choose, okay, today I have a test or something that I didn't study for, an assignment that I didn't complete, and I need to do it. I need the time. So I had to get the time off. And so they were one of the biggest support as well. And some of my friends, I recall a special friend here where I live in Boom that when I had to, like, when my payment would come for whatever, I needed at one point in one occasion a laptop because my phone wasn't helping. It was stressing me out just to zoom in, to write and to type and zoom out back and all that. That was stressful. So I told her I needed a laptop, and she lives all the way in, she was in Florida. And by the next day, I had that laptop in my hands. So my friends, everyone who helped, you know.
Yeah, wow, wow. That's a touching story there. Rashan, your biggest support, my brother?
Definitely my family, like my brother.
Yeah.
He always helped me with tasks and always supported me with my decisions and just helping me choose and, you know. Then my friends, definitely they supported me all the way. Always supported each other, uplift each other.
All right. And Naja?
I would say my family too, especially my mom, because she would always help me out with anything that I needed. Even though sometimes she didn't understand the things, she would try her best. And she was in school also, but she still helped me as much as she could have. And I would also say my friends, they kept me motivated and they helped me a lot throughout the way.
Yeah. Travis?
I have a very similar answer, of course. The most consistent support was definitely my parents and my mom. She helped me a lot with everything, with homework, assignments, projects. And then, especially the first 3 years when I was able to go to school regularly, my friends were a huge support for me. They always made me much happier and allowed me to feel more comfortable with myself.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, I do want you to close off by sharing just some advice to the younger students, of course. What you have been able to achieve did not come without hard work. And so it is important that you can share some tips, some advice, some words of motivation to other students about being able to excel and achieve their goals.
Trav?
Okay, I would say to try your best to stay dedicated and to stay motivated. As I said, find those YouTube videos, find things like working out helps you stay motivated a lot. So don't always look at a book as your way of motivation. Find working out, find hanging with friends a little bit. Things like that can keep you motivated better than anything.
Cool. Naja?
I would definitely say to just work hard and set goals. And if you have goals set, you will definitely work hard in trying to achieve those goals. But also, don't be all about school. You need to have this little brain teaser and relax your mind, because if you're all about school, eventually you'll get tired of it and it'll become something so tedious that you don't even want to go to anymore. And don't let your grades stop you from excelling. Just because you may have failed an assessment doesn't mean that that's it. You can work harder and do better on the next one.
Cool. Rashan?
Work hard, of course, and put in the work and the time. Definitely don't put in the work, and you definitely have other free times and do stuff, but make sure you put in enough time for school. Don't overpressure yourself. Don't let one mistake or one failure bring you down. Make it motivate you and try harder and do better.
All right. And finally, Lourdes.
I would say schedule your day. If you have an assignment, I used to, what worked for me, I would know about the topic or something about the topic, but I wouldn't complete my assignment until I was confident that my answer was, correct, or that I understand the topic. So I would do a little bit of research on YouTube or reading, and so that when I handed my work, I would sometimes hand it in not 5 minutes, but about maybe a little 20 minutes before it was due. And by this time, I had enough time to study to make sure that it was correct. So all I did was schedule my day, know what I'm going to do, and if I had an assignment, to hand in tomorrow, I would try to do that, maybe start to work towards getting it today, so that by tomorrow, when tomorrow comes, I have my complete day just dedicated, maybe a couple 2 hours for that.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. Well, guys, I want to thank all of you for motivating us and, of course, your peers while you continue to strive for excellence. Thank you guys so very much, and do enjoy your day.
Thank you, too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, coming up, we'll be joined by Belizean Braid Ducks. She'll be demonstrating how to properly lay your edges. So no more will folks say, I don't like your edges. Starla will be joining us in just a few. We'll take the break. We'll be right back.
This COVID update was brought to you by Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service. Working off-site doesn't mean you have to be off your game. Studies have shown that simply adding a keyboard and mouse to your laptop increases productivity by 26%. Add a monitor, and you'll be 35% more productive. At Fulltech Systems, we have what you need to enhance your remote work or e-learning experience. With devices such as headsets, video conferencing monitors, webcams, keyboards, mice, docking stations, all with the brands you trust. Keep connected with collaboration tools like Microsoft 365 Suite and Kaspersky, and perform efficiently no matter where you are. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Infinite Health presents Common Sense Herbs, everything your body needs, and are all natural, dairy-free, non-GMO, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and are FDA monitored. Everything your body needs. Distributor in Belize, Infinite Health, Birdseye, Belize City. Telephone number 613-1914. That's 613-1940.
Smart continues to expand its internet coverage countrywide to help you live a smarter life.
Our villagers are very happy. They are pleased to know that Smart went the extra mile to put a tower in our village so that our villagers can get live stream on their TVs and they can get their kids doing their online classes. I want to say to Smart, thank you for making it possible for us to get internet in Gardenia Village. We really do appreciate it.
Smart continues to take the internet and mobile services to communities across Belize. Now save even more when you bundle your Smart broadband with Smart mobile services. Smart, bringing people together.
2020 taught us the importance of being connected to the virtual world, and NextGen is here to keep its commitment to you. Even if you're physically apart, NextGen keeps you digitally connected.
Okay everyone, thank you for following me today.
NextGen provides more than just an internet plan. They provide service plans that support all your online needs. Sign up today and get your NextGen's ultra high-speed internet service. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
Introducing Edam A cheese, the A+ Dutch cheese to hit the Belizean market. As the name says, it is of A-class quality, the best Dutch cheese in Belize. Edam A cheese is creamier, less salty, and simply more delicious. Don't be left out. Get your A cheese at a supermarket near you. A cheese exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited. Call us at 610-3626 or 610-8910. Follow us on Facebook at Unitex Belize.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Andrea Polanco, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes. Go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
At home, on the road, at work, at school, or on a day off, if you see news happening or suspect that something might be up, call or text the Channel 5 News Belize tip line at 672-5555. You don't have to give us your name, just give us the tip. That's 672-5555. Call or text us so we can check it out.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
Reduce your risk of viral illness like the flu.
And we're back. We're moving now into our second segment for the morning. And this one, oh, definitely dear to you. And I'll be keeping my eyes open as well for the fact that I've got girls. But nonetheless, we're joined by Starla. Starla Casimiro is a stylist. She is the proprietor of Belize Braid Docks. And today she'll be teaching us how to properly lay your edges. Now I need to find out what that is. Starla, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
All right, so Starla, properly lay edges? What are we talking about here?
Well, actually, there is no specific way how you should lay edges. There's several different ways. So today I will be showing you guys 3 ways. They have the wavy, they have the swirl, and they have the swoop. So those are basically the easiest ones.
Okay.
How difficult is it to master it?
It's not difficult. I mean, as long as you have the gel, the edges brush, and then most of the movements you have to do with your fingers.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are the edges though? You know, I'm new to this thing, man, lad, man, you know. When we talk about the edges, what are the edges? Can you point that out? Shanice is on
the edges. The edges are the baby hairs.
Oh, I know what. Yeah, baby hair, baby hair. So that's the edges there.
Wavy baby.
Oh, baby hair. Yes.
Baby hair.
So those are the edges there.
Yes, that's the
all right. So what do we mean by properly line it? How do you properly lay that?
Well, for example, as a hair braiding stylist, right? Actually, well, obviously she having braids. Like, I would never leave a client like this if they have edges. As long as they have edges, I will always lay their edges.
Okay.
And it depends on the length. That's the way how I would do the style. Like for hers is short, so I would do the soup on hers.
The soup? Well. So let's see the soup, you know.
All right, so talk us through. So everybody's trying to get their edges styled properly, and products are important.
So you have to get the gel.
Okay.
The edges brush.
Okay.
And then you apply a little.
Okay, apply a little bit of the gel.
So.
All right. So what is this technique that you're doing here? This is soup or the?
I will do the soup on her.
Okay. So I could say the soup. Yeah. All right. So it's not a hard thing to do.
No,
it's
just not. Anybody could do their own edges.
Okay.
You know, hairstylists always say that, right? It's easy to do. So tell us what you're doing there. Talk us through.
So I'm brushing it down.
Okay.
I'm brushing it down.
Okay.
And then when it's
okay, we need to tilt her a bit so we can see proper. All right.
So I'm brushing it down.
Okay.
And when it's fully laid, you see?
So it's best you do it with gel, nothing else.
Gel is the best because when you use this is edges control, but then Belize is hot.
Yeah.
So when the clients could sweat this out because it's oily.
Okay.
Ah.
And then at the end of the day, your face could look greasy.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is specifically for edges.
Yes, but I don't use this for edges though. I use this to braid with.
Okay.
Okay.
Because you're saying it doesn't work enough for the heat that we face.
So I usually use the gel, and then you see, I would just swoop this like this.
So swoop it.
She kind of hide though.
Okay. I notice it. I don't leave it.
Yeah.
So wait. So you use the other side of that has a comb.
Yes.
A small comb. All right.
Okay. So first you brush it with the edges.
So first you brush it down and then you swoop it back.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
continue.
it's a pattern. Swoop it again.
Well, it looks connected to the braids now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
You do another piece.
Well, I know my girls are watching. I hope they don't ask me to put it. I don't know how the soup is yet.
You see? And then it's a pattern, so you just continue until it's done.
Okay.
And you hold it down for the shorter hairs.
Okay.
And then for this side, you could always just swoop it this way.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
You see?
Yeah.
I have seen some amazing style with edges too.
And then, but what about, okay, because you've got some residue from the gel there, what if they don't want to keep that?
This is the way gel, right?
Okay.
So I would get the got to be spray.
Okay.
And spray it.
Okay.
Right? I would get the styling strips. And then tie it down.
Okay.
Like this.
Okay. Okay. Well.
You didn't know all this work.
No, I really didn't
right?
know. But exciting, I mean, you know.
And then I would use the blow dryer
Okay.
to blow it out, right?
Okay. Amazing.
So that helps to set it.
Yes, this helps to set it because, for example, when people have, especially thick hair, it tends to curl up back. But when people have straight hair, like it would lay for a long while, right?
Okay.
So when they have thicker hair, I usually do this procedure.
So you said there are 3 common styles that people do, right? So that was the swoop.
The wavy and the
wavy.
swirl.
Okay.
Okay. So will this get rid of the gel residue or?
Huh?
Will it get rid of the gel residue?
Well, I usually use non-flaky gel.
Oh, okay.
So there is no residue or flakes.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right. So we saw that would continue for a while, right?
Huh?
That would continue. You'd continue that how long?
Yeah. How long do you blow dry? That
Until I know it dry.
Okay.
Then I would cut it. What the shit all.
All right.
Maybe I cut it from.
Okay.
I usually cut it from the middle.
Okay.
But I can't reach. So I cut
But
it.
Starla, while you're doing that, let's talk for a second about your Rising Caribbean Star competition. Tell us about how you got involved in that. Yeah?
So when it comes to the competition, my friends on Facebook saw that competition first, and they tagged me in it, and they said that I should join it.
Yeah.
So me being one of Belize's best
I don't blame her.
hair braiding stylists, I decided to join, and so far it's been a very tough experience.
Really?
Why?
What's
Because with this competition, it's not really based on your talent. It's based on, I would say, favoritism or popularity. Like the people have to really love you first.
Yeah.
Because the votes are counted by likes.
Oh.
So as long as you get the most likes, then you could be the winner.
So it's likes and not how you style?
No, it's by likes.
Ah.
So tomorrow is the final for this competition.
Oh, look at those edges there. Those are fancy
So
ones.
all
The
of
little
those you've
girl?
done, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow is the final for this competition.
So the competition it identifies people with different types. So they're barbers or braiders.
The competition have 4 categories.
Yeah.
So there's hairstyling, barbering, nails, and makeup.
Okay.
So I'm in the hairstyling category.
And there's another Belizean in the hair braiding as well, right?
No, only me.
Oh, just you. It's
Yes.
the barber one that has more than one Belizean.
The barber have 2 males, one from PG and I think one from Belize City.
Yeah.
And
so
the makeup, 1 Belizean female.
Okay.
Trinell and Lucas.
Okay.
So you are the only Belizean braider who's in the competition.
Yes,
And
among St. Vincent.
St. Vincent.
Cool.
Look at that work. Wow.
Yeah. So you've done all of those?
Yeah, those are my work. So
Okay,
Denise,
here we go.
Denise
Denise
Castillo.
Castillo's on it as well. But you know, you're talking about this competition, but we still want to know how stringent is it? Or were there categories before you actually now getting to the final, or it was one and done?
No, there was the preliminary segment, semi-finals, and then now we're at the finals.
Wow, and you made it through to
And
all.
this competition started from March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So you got a lot of likes.
Well, I mean,
well, you know, Belize is working now.
Yes,
They can go online and
I was in the lead, but when I wake up this morning, I saw St. Vincent above me, so I was like, what? Why the Blazers give up on me for, you know?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
But I do have hope that I could win this competition.
All right.
And what's the prize?
What do you win? Like what happens if you
Okay, so for the 4 categories, $20,000 Barbadian dollars will be shared between the 4 winners.
Okay.
So each winner will get $5,000 Barbadian dollars. And also a scholarship to study at the Caribbean Institute of Development in Barbados.
Wow.
Yes.
Well,
we do wish you the best of luck. So we saw the swoop. What's the other one that you're going to show us very quickly? We don't have to do all of them.
I could
give us some.
The wave. I will do the wave. I will give her the
on
wave.
the other side of her head there.
So John is going to try to, next time he's in charge of hair combing duty, he will lay edges too.
Wow. All right, Marlene, I'll try.
Your daughters are probably like so mad at me right now.
So I'll comb down the edges again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So primarily with the gel?
Yes, with the gel.
Okay. Combing down.
Do you use anything else other than gel?
Only gel I use for the edges.
Okay.
Yeah. Because the gel hold better.
Okay.
Than the edges control.
So the key thing is you take the gel and you comb, it's basically like combing out the baby hair.
Yes.
You're combing out the
Bringing
baby
it down into the face.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think John is worried that it's going to look like it's wet all day long.
Yeah,
But
you know, that was my...
He keeps on asking about the residue. But
No,
it's dry.
it was dry.
Yeah.
All right.
So I will do the wave, right? I will do the wave.
Okay, so
Technique.
let's see.
Okay. So.
That's a harder one?
Not really.
Everything
you
easy for you.
You see that?
So there you go.
Do the waves,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, check that out.
Like with the waves, everything should join.
Okay.
So you go where that last one ended.
Oh, check this out, man.
You could always use your finger to help you hold it down.
Yeah, yeah.
You see?
Oh, Shanice, you have played up today. Well.
And with this, you could always turn this
Yeah.
downwards.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right.
You see?
You look wavy enough. And then now you'll put the same wrap it.
And then we'll spray the got to be glue, frizz spray,
Okay.
and another styling strip.
Okay.
So why does the styling strip help? Like if people don't do this part, what happens?
Well, this helps lay it down nicely.
Okay.
Because I mean,
then you help
if you
dry
use the blow dryer to blow
blow it
directly on the edges, it would blow away the style.
Oh, okay. Well. All right.
So we tied it. Nice sharp thing.
All right.
Yeah. And it would be the same thing. We use the blow dryer to dry it.
Okay.
Now, if we would go through the whole process and dry it properly, how long would the edges stay? I mean, minus getting it wet.
I mean, if we could dry it, you could use the blow dryer for at least 2 minutes, and it would last for an entire day.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the most common mistake that you see people make? Tell me.
Like when it comes to the edges,
Yeah.
there's no mistake in edges. There's no mistake because some people don't really like to style their edges. So you could just do 2 big swoop, one on this side, one on this next side.
Okay.
So there's no mistake in edges.
Oh gosh.
Do you get people asking you to do special designs for them?
No.
No?
No. I do people edges based on their hairline.
Okay.
And based on the amount of edges they have at the front.
Okay.
Because if it could swirl a lot, then I would do all the, you know?
Yeah.
But if they have less, then I would just do the basic swoop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Starla, I'll tell you, while you continue on there, how can we, like, for instance, you've got the finals tomorrow. What can we do to help to push you back over the edge?
Well, I would like for Belizeans to continue share, tag several of their friends, because at the end of the day, I have different friends from most of my Facebook friends.
Okay.
So if they share my posts, their friends will see that I don't have.
Okay.
And just continue to share.
Share it and like it.
tag friends.
Okay.
And like it.
So far, how far has the person from St. Vincent been over you? Like 1, 2, 3?
Right now, I did at 3.4K.
You're at 3.4K.
And she's at 3.5K.
Oh, so she's 1,000 over.
Yes, it's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
All right, so people just have to they have to go to Caribbean Rising Stars, right?
Go to Caribbean Rising Star beauty competition page. Like the page as well, and then you go to the hairstyling category, and you will see Style a Casimiro. Let's put a like on it.
That's it.
That's it.
Well.
And then find the other Belizeans too and show some support there.
You could
Okay.
support the other Belizeans as well.
All right. So for this morning, we saw 2 of the 3 of how you style the edges. We saw the soup and we saw
the wave.
All right. And the final one is the last
The swirl.
one. Okay, that's
swirl.
the swirl. So there are always 3.
Yeah.
Starla,
The basic 3.
Starla, we want to thank you for coming in this morning with us to show us how you style your edges. And we want to wish you all the very best with the competition as well, all right?
Thank you very much.
All right, there we go. And all right, so we want to see this before I can't
Well,
wait
it's
to
not
see it.
completely dried, but we'll see how it,
There you go. Ta-da, how you like me?
And sometimes when there is still glue, I mean gel, I usually have my wipes, you know, and then I would clean up the edges.
Yeah. All
with
right.
The wipes.
So there you go. There you go.
All right.
Starla, thank you, man. We really appreciate you in this morning with us, and we'll try our best as Belizeans to push you over the edge with this competition. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
All right, so we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we actually will be joined by Crisel Castillo, and she'll be doing her thing. Can't wait to see it. We'll do that when we come back. Stay with us.
Introducing Edam A cheese, the A+ Dutch cheese to hit the Belizean market. As the name says, it is of A-class quality, the best Dutch cheese in Belize. Edam A cheese is creamier, less salty, and simply more delicious. Don't be left out. Get your A cheese at a supermarket near you. A cheese exclusively distributed by Unitex Company Limited. Call us at 610-3626 or 610-8910. Follow us on Facebook at Unitex Belize.
Es un hecho. Únicamente con Smart obtienes todo realmente ilimitado. Solo con Smart obtienes datos ilimitados en cualquier momento. Mientras que con el otro proveedor solo son datos dobles los fines de semana. Con datos ilimitados todos los días no hay necesidad de esperar, así que es un hecho que nuestros planes ilimitados superan a la competencia. Por lo tanto, no permita que le digan cómo y cuándo usar sus datos y obtenga llamadas, mensajes de texto y datos ilimitados. Vive la verdadera experiencia de planes ilimitados con Smart. Es un hecho. Haga el cambio y viva Smart.
Dwayne Moody, Isani Cayetano, Andrea Polanco, Paul Lopez. Your News 5 Belize teams do whatever it takes, go wherever they need to go, so you can catch the story wherever you are, whenever you want, on whatever device. Channel 5 Belize on television, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, because news is now everywhere, all the time. And so are we.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher? or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
Working off-site doesn't mean you have to be off your game. Studies have shown that simply adding a keyboard and mouse to your laptop increases productivity by 26%. Add a monitor, and you'll be 35% more productive. At Fulltech Systems, we have what you need to enhance your remote work or e-learning experience. With devices such as headsets, video conferencing monitors, webcams, keyboards, mice, docking stations, all with the brands you trust. Keep connected with collaboration tools like Microsoft 365 Suite and Kaspersky and perform efficiently no matter where you are. Fulltech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Infinite Health presents Common Sense Herbs, everything your body needs, and are all natural, dairy-free, non-GMO, cruelty-free, gluten-free, and are FDA monitored. Everything your body needs. Distributor in Belize, Infinite Health, Birdseye, Belize City. Telephone number 613-1914. That's 613-1940.
2020 taught us the importance of being connected to the virtual world, and NextGen is here to keep its commitment to you. Even if you're physically apart, NextGen keeps you digitally connected.
Okay, everyone, thank you for following me today.
NextGen provides more than just an internet plan. They provide service plans that support all your online needs. Sign up today and get your NextGen's ultra-high-speed internet service. NextGen, powered by Central TV and Internet.
Dance has always been a part of our daily lives as Belizeans, but it is only now, a decade after independence and a year after its founding, that the National Performing Company has come of age. To create this pioneering institution, Belize's Ministry of Culture looked across the Yucatan Channel to Santiago, Cuba, home of El Teatro de la Danza del Caribe, one of the region's most innovative young dance companies. Its director, Eduardo Rivero, is no stranger to such tasks, having worked previously in Jamaica, Barbados, Grenada, and Martinique, to name a few. In Belize, however, Professor Rivero was starting literally from scratch.
Out of many of them, we selected, of course, the best in terms of flexibility, ability, all kinds of, So I think that the end, the performance will be at least what we can say, la función va a ser el resultado final, the last result.
Behind every hour of performance are days, weeks, even months of strenuous, dedicated practice, a task made difficult by the fact that none of these dancers are professionals and all hold full-time jobs and can only practice in the evenings and on weekends. For the Cubans, dancing is not only their bread and butter, it is a way of life. After less than a year of part-time instructions, how would the Belizeans feel performing on the same stage with over 30 members of Rivera's company newly arrived to perform for Belize's 10th anniversary celebrations?
Dancing with Cuban dancers is a wonderful experience because the Cuban dancers are known throughout the Caribbean and they have a lot to offer us in professionalism and discipline in dancing.
It's an experience. I don't know when it will be repeated. I have come to feel a lot of affection for the dancers. I feel like I'm their teacher.
Although majority of the Belizeans, particularly the men, were inexperienced, the company's principal dancer and assistant director, Althea Seeley, has been dancing for years and received professional training both in North America and the Caribbean.
It helps us better than if we had had an American trainer teaching us the jazz, which isn't our, culture, whatever. We are doing like way down. We're searching for what our ancestors had, and we're trying to keep it in our heart to have the feeling of the move.
Okay, in other words, you can relate to the Cuban leader because he's teaching you something that you're affiliated with.
That's right, not only familiar with or whatever, but it makes me, think of where I came from.
Everyone should be in the group together. No one, not Belizeans, not Cubans. All is a one group, right?
Hours after the final rehearsal, they performed together for the first time as a group. Thousands of Belizeans flocked to the Civic Center to witness a spectacular performance by the National Performing Company of Belize and their friends from Santiago, Cuba.
And we're back, just like that. We are back.
And you just saw Black Friday there, 1991.
All the way back in 91.
These Cuba dancers.
Yeah, those are some definitely some great moves, and we hope to one day get back to it. But nonetheless, we'll be getting back to working out, staying healthy, and of course keeping fit. Now to tell us all about it, the lady of the hour is in the house. Crisel Castillo is with us this morning. Good morning.
Morning, everybody. Good morning. Morning, Belize.
We're loving the shade. Your green, green, green.
Thank you. The olive, the army colors, right?
There you go. There you go. It simply means that you mean business today.
Yeah, Hukam colors. Yeah.
And that's what we wanted to talk about. So we are moving into the summer, and I know that you've had a very active program going for people to be able to get into a weight loss program, your own boot camp.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I don't really want to call it weight loss because that's not entirely what it's based around. I honestly feel like I cater to everybody. I cater to those who, and I like to call it fat loss, not weight loss, because not everybody wants to lose weight. But everybody, skinny people got fat. Skinny people got fat, big people got fat, everybody got a certain level of fat. And in order for us to expose more of our muscles, the idea is to shed the fat. So whether it's you want to build muscle, whether it's you want to lose weight, you know, whether you want to be more athletically inclined, maybe you're getting ready for a competition. I deal with athletes, performance-based athletes, aesthetic, regular people who never yet training in their whole life. Like a little bit of everyone, and I think that's what makes Rise Above and my online program so unique. Is that, yes, I mean, it's known for the shred itself because, I mean, majority of people that believe is overweight and want shred. Like Chriselle, it starts off with like, and I have to explain this, you know, it started off like with the first 28 days. But the idea is not for you just to train for 28 days. It's to get you into the door, acquainted to fitness. I teach you all the modifications. I do an entire overview of like a health and nutrition. They're like the school of fitness. And so like I take people back and explain all of that. And after the first 28 days, when you start seeing results, it's like, I'm not done. I want more. I want to look better now. So I mean, it gets them hooked. And I mean, my retention rate, like I've had clients for anywhere from like 5 to 7 years since the start of like my online flow. So so it's been amazing. And I mean, for those that are in Belize City itself, what are like, you know, Chriselle, I really love the online options, but I feel like I need accountability and motivation in person. So then that's where I have, and this is funny, it's called Fit Church. And it's my, they're my classes held in Belize City actually. And I mean, the reason the name had come about is because years ago, like when I was in bodybuilding, and I'm not in bodybuilding anymore, but years ago, I remember going to the gym on a Sunday, and this guy opens the door and he's like, "Welcome to church." And I was like, I love that. So I was like, you know what? I want to have a program and call it Fit Church. That way we go and like, we give that time to our bodies, and you go, you go in, kick some butt, come out.
So tell me about it though, because it's always one of those things when people want to join they call it all kinds of things. Let's say a boot camp or a specific program, and they have really high expectations, or they're really out of shape, that it's like starting from zero.
No. I personally, and this is very ironic, but I prefer dealing with people who have never trained a day in their lives. It's so much easier to coach them in the way, ooh, that's Manny. This is Manuel Castillo from Digital, everybody. He's married. I'm sorry, ladies. This is Marielle Zabani. So he's laughing at me.
My gosh.
So pretty much like the idea is to get people into the door, and once they've never trained a day in their lives, it's easier for me to not be able to knock them out of a bad habit. Whereas, let's go say you've been to train like 5 years, but maybe your pull-up form is bad, maybe your push-up form is bad. It's easier to acquaint you from scratch and to rise above into my form and technique. And you know, a lot of people, and multiple times, and this is anyone, they're like, Chriselle, why, you know, I've been doing this program with said coach, I've been training with so-and-so, why haven't I been able to see results? Like I feel like I plateau. And a lot of people plateau because it's very simple. They don't pay attention to things that are super important, like form and technique, your tempo, the structure and the anatomy of the human body, how it works, what deactivates, what activates. So yeah, incredible stories, and I work with worldwide. Like this is not just something for Belizeans. Majority are Belizeans, and obviously I cater to my Belizeans.
Of course.
But I work with people worldwide.
I love
that. There's a photo of a girl who is slim. And her follow-up photo is like full.
See, that's what I'm saying. So everyone has a different goal. I mean, you specifically, John, maybe you said, Chriselle, I want to look like a bodybuilder. And I'm like, all right, then come we'll work on your individual goal, you know. And then maybe Marlene is like, Chriselle, listen, I had to get ready for my wedding. I get married, and I want to put in on my dress. And I'm like, all right, Marlene, well, let's get you ready for this wedding dress. Or postpartum. Postpartum, it could be like mommies that, you know, they've been cleared by their doctors. And I have to say, you know, you need a clearance, because a lot of people like coming to me like if I'm a doctor. I mean, thank God my boyfriend is, so every minute I'm like, babe, what's, you know. So, I mean, you need a doctor's clearance if you want to participate, if you have any injuries. You know, if you're like, Chriselle, I just had a baby.
A heart condition.
Anything. You got to get your doctor's clearance first. I'm not a doctor, I'm just a coach. I'm not a miracle worker. I mean, I've had incredible transformation stories, but it requires hard work.
So, okay,
It's not a magic pill.
I look at these photos and they're amazing.
Thank you.
How much
this
of
is
it?
Alexia.
How
this
much
is
of
Jess,
Look
Arzu.
at her.
Yeah,
But let me
they're
ask you a
incredible.
question. How much of it? Because people watch it and they'll think you have the miracle pill. But
Yeah.
how much of it takes their dedication and commitment?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I am simply providing them the platform of which they can be successful.
Yeah.
I provide them with the workouts. I blog every single day. Every single morning I check in with all of them.
Yeah.
I make sure I send my voice notes. I make sure I keep them accountable. They log in via my app because I have an app. So you log in any single time of the day. Today you could log in midnight. Tomorrow you could log in 2 a.m. Maybe the next day you want to train like 12 o'clock. It's up to you, right? But they're the ones putting in the hard work.
Yeah.
They're the ones following my meal plan. I don't train and eat for myself. I can't
Yeah.
eat and train for everybody. And
That's
if I
true.
could, then everybody must have me a buff and strong.
You
right?
said something
Yeah.
important, meals.
So-
How important are meals and what do
so
you do?
freaking important. Like, honestly, your nutrition, I would say, is like 60% of the entire like program, because if you work your butt off and you'd execute all of the workouts, but you'd eat fried jackie in the morning, tacos on the street side, Paul's meat pie, like, you know, you're pretty much just like, what's the point of putting in all of that work if you're not going to just structure your day as such? But I will say this, I'm realistic. Everybody like I call it refeed meals. Some people call it cheat meals. The difference between a refeed and a cheat is that your refeed will fuel you for the remainder of the week. It will provide you with the calories and the carbohydrates and spike your glycose, which you'll need for later in the week and help you recover. Whereas on cheat meal, they're like, I go in on Thursdays and have a bottle of wine and whiskey and I eat freaking like pasta and chicken and they turn it into an entire cheat day. But what I have my soldiers do, and I love it, because for me, I like to call them baby runs, where yeah, so you follow my meal plan. And my meal plan, honestly, it's not like I'm removing everything. You literally get a balanced diet. People think that I just starve my clients. It's opposite. They're eating like anywhere from 4 to 5 times a day.
Yes, I've
They're
seen
eating
that.
a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah,
I've seen
so
that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's not a cookie cutter diet. No. There's no liquid. It's not just liquids. It's not that you're starving. You are eating.
You're
Because
eating.
you're spiking
It's
your
not rabbit
metabolism.
food.
Yeah.
But it is healthy, nutritious food.
Yeah.
Fibrous carbs, starchy carbs, your proteins, your healthy fats. And then it's like, okay, guys, you know, and I ask my clients this question: do you think that you deserve a cheat or refeed come, let's say Friday, Saturday? And I always advise, if you're gonna have your cheat or refeed, and I create a calendar, it's like, you know, let's say Friday or Saturday, and I always make sure you refeed on an active day. Because if it's your rest day, you don't necessarily need that refeed on a rest day.
You're right.
So like, yeah, it's better to have like a refeed or a cheat on an active day. And it's like, you know, you've worked so hard Monday through Thursday, and maybe Friday or Saturday, like, I deserve this. I put in the work, I deserve this. And then I always have them structure. Maybe next week you decide you want pizza. Maybe the following week you decide you want pasta. Maybe the following week you go for an anniversary with your husband or your wife and you want wine and dine each other, and that's your cheat. Maybe. So you have that dialogue with yourself where it's like, did I deserve this, or did I do really bad during the week?
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like you versus you.
Yeah.
You ask yourself that question, you have that dialogue with yourself so that you can figure out, okay, do I deserve this or not?
She's right.
Well, you know, and that's the key thing, though, because I think very often people think if you're going to be healthy, you have to be healthy all
the time. Oh, no. Everything
and
in balance.
That's a mental
Everything
shift
in
that
balance.
makes it so
Yeah.
hard.
Oh, no. All things in balance. Even for me, like, I think for me being an athlete, it's been the biggest struggle because, well, you guys know that I was, you know, I'm the only pro bodybuilder in Belize to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I think, to be honest, and a lot of people ask me this question, like, Chriselle, why did you switch from bodybuilding specifically? And it was exactly that, Marlene. Like, I didn't have any balance. It was like, I couldn't have a gummy if I wanted a gummy. I couldn't, like, I had no relationship with food.
As a bodybuilder?
Yeah, as a bodybuilder, I had no relationship with food. It was like, I was always getting ready for a competition. It's always aesthetic based, and it was to represent Belize. I mean, I've come in top 5 at Worlds, won the LA Pro in the pro division. I've done great for Belize, but at what cost? I completely lost myself. And I realized that when creating a program, I didn't want to have my clients have such a bad relationship with food the way I did. And so I wanted to restructure things, and now I'm a performance-based athlete. So now it's like everything in balance, just like my clients.
So you're more.
Wait, let me just say something. I think that's one of the things that people very often maybe don't know about you is you were a dancer first, and you were extremely thin.
Oh yeah, I'm a MAGA.
And you transformed yourself into someone who's so fit. Yeah. Now, you know, we always get into it. People say, well, I don't want to look too muscle up.
Yeah. And you know what's
especially
funny?
women.
Look how buff I look on TV, and Marlene tell them I'm not this big in person. Yeah.
No.
I don't know what to go out on the camera.
I wanted to stand next to her so you could see.
Yeah, no,
Because
I'm not this
honestly,
big. Yeah,
you
I
know.
look bigger in pictures and TV, and I don't do it purposefully, but I'm actually
But that's who you
small.
are,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm small. So I mean, a lot of people, yeah, and that's the thing. That's a great question. A lot of people are like, Chriselle, I like see you, but I know it not a little bit too much, and I
too
just
much
want
muscle
like
and
maybe
stuff
like
like
10% of that. And I mean, I have to explain like, Marlene, I took 10+ years to even look like this.
Yeah.
Like every single day, eating properly, training properly. Like it took me a long time.
Yeah.
And if if people's perception on the way you build muscle was exactly as they think, I would be huge right now. And
That's
I'm
true.
not.
That's
If it were the way they thought, right?
And it's also, these are the goals that you have set out for yourself.
Exactly.
You're doing weightlifting, so that's important to you. But when you train people, it's not that they are
Totally
going
different.
to have the same type of definition that you have.
Oh no, and even like, and I love to explain this to my clients. It's like, Chriselle, I see how you train, and you scare me.
Yeah.
I afraid make you train me like that. And I'm like, no, I'm like, all things in time. I mean, to be honest, and today they set me up today, believe me.
Oh my God.
They were supposed to train, and they changed their minds.
Oh my God. You're still,
Yes, I was scared. You see your muscles? That kind of
scared. Yeah, no. But I mean, even in my programming, and I'll eventually get to the demos where, I have levels for absolutely everyone. So when you log into the app, you're going to see a video of me per movement.
Okay.
And I break down every single movement.
Yeah.
I'll break down the push-up, the squat. I'll say, okay, guys, this is your most beginner level. Here is what you can do.
Yeah.
Here's your intermediate. Here's your advanced. Here's your athletic level, where it's like you are psycho advanced.
Yeah.
So I break things down, and then it's you versus you. Maybe this week you start off with beginner, and maybe next week you're like, I could try this intermediate, man.
yeah.
It's literally you versus you, and I tell you what trinkets you can use nearby, because most of it is done at home.
Yeah.
I tell you, and I'm honest as well, because people who want to build muscle, it's like, well, if you want to build muscle, then you're going to have to get a gym membership at some point, because you're really limited at home with water bottles and bands at that point.
Yeah.
So, I'm very realistic with people having dialogues with me based on their personal goals and preferences. So, I guess people are scared because of what they see, and I think that's kind of why I took a step back from my social media, in the sense of, like, I don't really post my weightlifting much. I feel like it became so intimidating that I didn't want people to think that that's how I train my clients, because it's not. And so, and a good thing to talk about now, I'm not a bodybuilder anymore, but it started when, I switched over to CrossFit. I've been the only athlete to represent Belize at the CrossFit Games, and that was in 2019, before the pandemic.
Okay.
So that was in 2019, and it was through CrossFit that I fell absolutely in love with Olympic weightlifting. And Olympic weightlifting, so everyone knows, is the snatch and the clean and jerk. Because like when people hear weightlifting, it's like how much you bench. That's powerlifting. Powerlifting is the squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. Olympic weightlifting is the snatch and the clean and jerk. We haven't had a competitor, just so you all know, since 1968, never a female. I will be the first female Olympian to represent Belize at the Olympics for said sport.
So you're going to the Olympics?
Well, yeah, I qualified, and then the pandemic happened, and I had to get a surgery, so it's kind of, I'm starting over. And now, I think the saddest part about it is old.
You don't know.
I look young, but old.
know.
I'm old in terms of like the age, because a certain age bracket is considered like an elite athlete, whereas masters is said age to said age, and depending on when they launch the next 4-year Olympics, because this last one didn't even happen yet. So it's like, well, is this next one is it going to be 2024, 2025? And that 1 year makes a difference whether or not I'll be masters or elite. And I wanted to be elite so that I could get a legal and run for them money. So that's kind of like what's happening with me right now, personally. So
all right, but we got to get into our demos, and we definitely got to keep us on track with that one. So the idea today is teaching people workouts that they can do at home. Workouts at work. And that's getting the right form, and I know you're big on talking about modification as well, right? So talk us through. I think you had 4 exercises you said?
So today, like I said, I was hoping to more coach them. So I'll kind of run you guys through little movements right now. This particular style of workout, and you guys can YouTube any song you want on YouTube, or if you have Apple Music, Spotify, it's called Tabata or Tabata, however the syllable you want to pronounce it. so Tabata, and it's a style. It's like a 4-minute workout. See, as you can tell, 4 minutes. 4 minutes, you guys. You must have 4 minutes at home, right?
Yeah.
4 minutes in the morning or evening or lunchtime, whatever.
Yeah.
And the cycle of the Tabata is it's 20 seconds worth of work and 10 seconds worth of rest. For 8 rounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you get to plug in whatever little workouts you want. For today specifically, I decided that I wanted to demo the push-up because that's something that everybody likes to do. The air squat, which is something, again, everyone likes to do. The burpee to get your heart rate nice and going, and the plank for the core.
Okay.
So,
So
do I just get up?
Yeah, we can check that out. We can check that out. Do 1 or 2 just to show this is the formation, and then we move on to the next one. Yeah.
So, okay, guys, I'll get you guys going with the push-up specifically because the one misconception with the push-up is they have the female push-up and the male push-up.
Yeah.
We're not sexist, yeah. We just call it level 1, level 2. And you don't have to play the music yet because I have to demo first.
Yeah.
So level 1 push-up, right? And I like to explain this. Well, Chriselle, how do I get to level 2 or how do I know when I'm ready? It's very simple.
Yeah.
So a lot of people when they're doing the push-up, like level 1, females, males, whatever, I notice that when they go up on their knees, they do this thing, where they arch their back. This is not arch your back. You're actually doing quite the opposite, right? So when you get into your push-up, if you are doing level 1, what you want to do is the opposite. So instead of arching, which is as such, you want to hollow out your back and push your body weight forward onto your wrist, keeping your core nice and engaged as if Manny Pacquiao were taking a jab at you.
Oh, gosh.
And you go all the way down. The idea and the goal is to eventually get your chest to touch the ground.
Okay.
And then you're pushing off as you're taking your deep breath. So it's an inhale. Exhale.
Yeah.
Now you know when you're ready to move on to the next level because obviously not everyone's chest will touch the ground, and that's okay.
Okay.
If you go as low as here, that's fine.
Okay.
To get to your higher level now is very, very simple. And the same thing. I mean, eventually the goal is to get your chest to touch the ground, but I notice that especially in males, and I look at you because you're a male, a lot of males like to do their push-up and they never let their chest touch the ground and they'll just pump, right? Like this is like the push-up that you'll see guys doing where they go like this, right?
Yeah.
No, you want to touch the ground, hold it there with your core engaged, push off.
Push off.
Touch, hold, push off. And I love static holds. Which is where I was explaining like tempo and technique really comes into play because it's one thing to just be pumping, but if you can hold that while you're engaged, then press off, you're really developing every single muscle throughout the entire body.
Wow.
So I mean, for you females, it's very simple. I mean, you go on your knees, you try to get yourself to go down. I mean, you could even work eccentric work, which is you start on your chest and you eventually just try to get yourself to just push off.
Just raise off,
So yeah, just play with it, play with the movement, see what works for you. All things in time.
Okay.
So that would be your push-up.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to your air squat, the squat is a compound movement. So eventually, you know, people want to take this into like a goblet squat, which is where you have a weight, or you know, barbell squats or whatnot. We start with the most basic, which is your air squat. Now, this is what I've learned throughout the years of being a bodybuilder / Olympic weightlifter. There are 2 different types of squats. There is the arch your back. Everybody love this arch your back.
Arch your back.
The arch your back is the push-ups and the squat.
But you can
Females want arch them back, and like this is how females tend to squat. This is a horrendous squat.
But it's bad for your back.
Please never do that. Yeah, no. Well, you never want to arch your back in workout. You actually want to do the exact opposite. So think of your body like, so this is hollow body and this is arch body, right? So you want to create that hollow body where you're braced, you're engaged, your breath is nice. Your breath is working for you throughout your brace.
Yeah.
So in your air squat, and not everyone will be able to go as low, and that's fine. You could find yourself a little ottoman, and I'll kind of just walk over here so that you guys can see.
Let's check that out.
So this will be like my little staircase to like, you know, eventually over time, people are like, okay, I would love to squat this low where my butt could touch it.
Yeah.
Because not everyone is able to go this
All the
low
way
yet,
down.
and that's fine. It gives you like, you know, it gives you that like, what's the word? Like, it gives you something to like, eventually, it's like a goal, It's like a goal to like climb up to, right? Now, if you notice when I'm going down, I'm very, very much engaged. So I like to do this because it's my internal and external torque.
Okay.
My glutes are engaged, they're turned on, they're not turned off. and I'll show you something called the butt wink.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know about the butt wink, and when they go down into a squat, their glutes deactivate.
Okay.
And that's what you don't want. This is called the butt wink, where like the butt tucks in and like, if you notice, everything is gone.
Yeah.
Everything is shut off at that point.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're nice and engaged and you're going down into your squat, you're braced, you have your internal and external torque, your glutes are nice and activated, you're going down. Everything is working for me from every single part of this squat.
Okay.
And these are different things that you want to think about and consider as you're training.
Yeah.
It's not just going through the movements. Like, I'll show you a few bad ones. Like, what is that? What really is that?
That looks like a
right. So yeah, you wanna have that mind and body connection.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to build that relationship where you're like, you know, you're talking to yourself in your head. It's like, okay, internal, external torque. Okay, I can't go down all the way, but you know what? I'm engaged. If I go down any lower than this, maybe I disengage.
Yeah.
So maybe right now this is as low as I can go,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
So that's kind of just covering your squat.
Okay.
Now we have everyone's favorite movement,
Burpees.
the burpee.
Oh, God.
The burpee.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I break this down into so many levels because not everyone can handle all of them, and that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have your most basic burpee, right? Your most basic burpee and your setup is very similar to the plank and the push-up. You want to hollow your body, and if you notice, I'm taking my toes and I'm pushing my weight forward onto my wrist.
Okay.
Okay, so your level 1 is literally just jumping in and out from here. Whereas if I didn't do exactly that and I didn't set up properly, it would literally just look like this.
Yeah.
But what is that? You're not engaged, your core isn't working for you, you're not braced, you're just literally going through the movement.
Yeah.
So you're then turning something into just cardio, which is why form is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your level 1. Your level 2, we'll take it up a little notch and you're jumping in, standing up. Back out, in, standing up. So that's your level 2.
Okay.
Your
That's
level 3.
interesting. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you don't
So 1, 2.
actually encourage that people do the full cycle of the burpee. You kind of gradually
to
get
levels
there.
first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
go through the
because
levels.
not everyone can handle a full burpee, which I'll eventually show you the most advanced one.
Yeah.
But not everyone can handle that yet, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's okay. All things in time, right?
You're carrying yourself through levels.
Yeah. So that's
perfect.
your 2, and then your 3, we introduce the jump, and then back out. So this is your level 3.
Okay.
Your most advanced level would probably be like the one with the sprawl or push-up, which is
Yeah.
So you may have we did that today.
yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, I'm level.
But you all could have done. you may have done the advanced one though.
I'm level 1.
He would have done the advanced one. So I mean, you gotta have this dialogue with yourself where it's like, okay, maybe I'm only ready for level 1, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next week I'll try the level 2 with the stand up,
Yeah.
jump back out, and then, you know, maybe in 2 months, I'm ready for level 5.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
once you go up the levels, you can't come back down.
Yeah.
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 You can't.
get
Why-
used to
why
it.
would you?
You wanna do more, you know?
Yeah.
So last one,
And-
as we run out of time, is plank.
Is the plank.
And John, we can still do planks in our clothes.
Oh, well, you know what? Let's see the strategy first.
Okay, so in the plank, we have your forearm plank and we have your palm plank, right? It all depends on whatever works for the person.
Okay.
Or maybe what I've programmed. Maybe I'll specifically say, we're doing forearm plank, palm plank, right? So forearm plank, same setup as your burpee,
Okay.
same setup as your push-up.
Okay.
You hollow your back and you take your toes and push yourself forward.
Okay.
A lot of people will do a plank, and if you notice my shoulders, I don't know if they can get a good view,
Yeah.
but like,
They dip.
Shoulders.
look
Yeah.
how it's like retracted this
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So that's not what you want.
Yeah.
You want to push into the ground as if you're like trying to
Push yourself away from
like
it.
if you're trying to break the ground with your fingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
While you're engaging your core.
So that's the plank.
Yes. And you want to hollow and you want to hold this. This is going to start, you're going to start shaking so
Yeah.
bad because you're really engaged in your core, and that's a plank.
Yeah.
And how long do you hold
It's
it
not just
for?
holding yourself like a table.
And how long do you hold it for? The plank.
Depending, it's maybe what I've programmed, maybe you're doing it for time. You know, in this specific workout, it would have been 20 minutes. I mean, 20 seconds.
20 seconds.
Yeah. She's like, 20 minutes.
See? You see? You're telling us the truth now.
20 seconds.
All right.
And then we have your forearm plank, which is the same concept, but you're just on your forearms.
Okay.
And you do the same thing. You want to push your toes forward, hollow out your back, and you really want to engage.
Okay.
And
so
that's the key thing. You're working on the muscles.
Yeah, you're working on that like arch and hollow body.
Yeah.
And just to explain like the arch and hollow body really quick. So like, and I forgot I have this microphone on my back.
That's all right.
So this is like your arch body, right? We rarely want to have this position in anything we're doing because I'm broken. Nothing's working for me. Whereas if you go into your hollow body, like look at this. Look at everything trembling and working for me. So that's what you want to maintain in most of the movements that we're doing.
Cool.
And that helps you with your brace.
All right. 4 exercises.
I'm tired. I'm tired.
So yes, I mean, you guys can give that a try today. I mean, it's literally just one out of millions of workouts you could do.
And as you said, just do it in a cycle. You do
20 seconds worth of work, 10 seconds worth of rest. You stick to the clock, pick your level, and kick some butt. Yeah.
So this was level 1 of this workout conversation because we didn't get to our demo, but we do appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. And for people who want to join the Rise Above program,
yes, please go ahead and give me a call. Well, not call. WhatsApp message me right away. And if you guys want to put my number, it's +501 615 1234. That's 615 1234.
Easy.
I have a program launching tonight, and I will be taking entries through Sunday. It's a 4-week program, and it's right now discounted at $100 Belize. Comes with your meal plan, workouts, access to me 24/7, forums, just a bunch of content for $100 Belize.
Yeah.
Can't miss that.
And guys, it's a message only here. I just to make mention. 615 1234.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we gotta
Thank you guys so much for having me here.
Thank you.
You all take care.
All right. We'll take a break and we'll be back in a few.
Good morning, sweetie. It's time for school.
Are you a teacher or public sector employee who is thinking of owning your new home? Get the keys to your new home with Belize Bank's all-inclusive mortgage, the best financing option in Belize for your new home purchase or construction. Inclusive of all mortgage-related fees, no down payment, affordable terms, amazingly low interest rates. Visit our nearest branch to speak to one of our financial advisors to discuss how you can be one step closer to owning your new home. Some conditions apply.
Smart continues to expand its internet coverage countrywide to help you live a smarter life.
Our villagers are very happy. They are pleased to know that Smart went the extra mile to put a tower in our village so that our villagers can get live stream on their TVs and they can get their kids doing their online classes. I want to say to Smart, thank you for making it possible for us to get internet in Gardenia Village. We really do appreciate it.
Smart continues to take the internet and mobile services to communities across Belize. Now save even more when you bundle your Smart broadband with Smart mobile services. Smart, bringing people together.
As one of the largest cable and internet providers in Belize, CBC strives to provide our customers with the highest standards of quality, value, and service in all aspects of cable TV and internet. Monitoring our systems closely, our technicians combine creative planning and state-of-the-art technology with years of experience and training to develop and provide the most reliable and advanced cable and internet service to exceed your expectations. For CBC and our team of talented engineers, technicians, and customer service representatives, delivering less than the very best is never an option.
All right, and we're back. Just like that, we are back. Marlene, it was a motivational Friday. It was. We had some great motivation in this morning, kicking things off with some valedictorians. They motivated us. And of course, we also ventured off into how to take care of your edges. Yeah,
I know,
with
right?
Starla. That was so
Yeah.
cool. And of course, we ended things off with Crisel Castillo. It's always a nice time to have her in with all that energy. And she did show you that, yes, you can do it too.
And I just want you all to notice that I did challenge John to a plan,
Oh my
and that
gosh.
he declined the challenge. So there you go. You'll never know.
We're going to do it again next time,
No,
all right?
no. You had your chance
And
today.
that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh my goodness,
That's it. I threw
leniency,
down the gauntlet, you
leniency.
say no.
But we couldn't have done things with you this morning. We thank you so very much for starting your morning right with us, or waking up and starting your morning right with us. If you've got any questions, any concerns, drop us a line at oye@channel5police.com.
You can also find us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ and on Instagram, OYE Believe.
Or you can always join us again on Monday when you open your eyes.
To start your morning right.
As per usual, keep your eyes, your minds,
And your hearts open. See you soon. Enjoy it.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.